right, guys. 33 days countdown to Trump administration. Interesting number. In numerology, it's very powerful number, 33. Um, so what I wanted to say about this, I hope it's going to be short today. The Again, there's a talk about mass deportation, but this is one thing. I'm talking about not the mass deportation, but deportation of American citizens in case their citizenship is stripped of the removed. What it will create, its possibility of new enemy list. You see, when you are stripped of your citizenship, I don't think a lot of people will be happy about it themselves, right? Plus, the moment they're stripped and they go into non-citizen category, whatever happens after, they are losing a lot of stuff that they had just a while ago. And I'm talking about access. It's access to banks, access to anything that can be of value. Plus, since they already have their citizenship stripped from them, they can end up being considered by United States itself as enemy. Okay, so it automatically jumps another procedures. There's no way for them to make money and be connected to the United States business or some kind of a government, because as I said, they are losing their social security, and anything that United States helps to produce for them can be sabotaged because they consider it to be an enemy of the state of the United States, of the states. And what it is, as I said, person end up with no income after 40 years work, with sabotage financial situations. Let me, as I said, give you an example. For instance, you're a photographer, right? And you work for a very long time, you have a collection of your pictures, and you decided, well, I'm going to be like 60 plus, and I'm going to try to sell them on websites and so on and so on. And then they come and they confiscate this. Or, as I said, for instance, there's a lot of people, almost 50% of people have their possession stolen or lost during immigration procedures. That includes your hard drives. It can be a whole bunch of stuff. It's not just removal of the citizenship. It's possible removal of earning of income, but absolutely justified because, as I said, they can consider you to be some kind of a enemy country or anything that it's not well accepted by the governments or by companies. And then there is another thing. If something, for instance, if something happens to a company, American interest somewhere, what do you think can happen? They can grab anybody who is somehow related to a specific interest in the past before this gets stripped the citizenship, and simply accused of something. And a lot of countries, even though they will accept, I'm sure they will accept people that have their citizenship removed, but they have very easy justice system. They will kick the shit out of you, and you will sign everything, or they will drag you out, and you do a confession. There's specific drugs that are combined, like two drugs combined in one, and then people start talking stuff that they even don't realize what they're saying. It's like a blurring a line between what people think and what's reality. So my point, as I said, the judicial system in a lot of countries, it's really easy to deal with because they don't have to prove anything against the person who is accused. And this way, they simply can resolve a lot of problems. Like in the past, they can forcibly make people to sign confessions and so on and so on. It can be massively. As I said, the United States is the only country in a way, or even Canada, not anymore, because they are not allowed talking a lot about stuff. But so it's like usually gag orders in the beginning, and it's not like in the United States. And uh, this is what it is. It's For some people it can be win-win because people who are stripped of citizenship, they're losing their social security, they are losing their right to defend themselves if something happened during their stay in the United States. Then there is a lot of stuff. As I said, they can lose financial situation, they cannot they can lose possibility of earnings, future for earnings, because United States can consider them as an enemy. So that's what it is. You see, I'm in the United States almost 40 years. I had several situations. As I said, my father had a nuclear patent that is partially now there is a. It's called tokamak technology that it's used in. Actually, was first in the 1960s in Soviet Union, and then uh, I've been told a lot of stuff that in whoever live here a lot, they always had some. I'm sure they had some kind of a problems. People will just simply tell you things because you're an immigrant. But do you know exactly if it's this way or not? Because they would just come to you and say, "We're going to deport you. We're going to take your citizenship away," and then. But it's like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I had situations, believe me. Actually, I had really recently, before even Trump ran. I had here in Atlanta. I had a confrontation at work, and I told one woman to go to work, de facto to do her job, and I was told that if I don't stop doing it, I can be deported. Fuck, I said. Sorry for my language, but you see, some people, you don't know the power of some people. Okay, so you don't know what their family come from, what they do. There's a lot of it can be masonry, it can be politics, it can be anything. So the thing is, as I said, you can end up crossing somebody, and then they're simply gonna screw you over. And this is it pretty much. I want to say it's really bad because you see, when the country has its power, um, it can control everybody if they want to. It's one of those things that if you uh, maybe can take citizenship away from people, it means somebody is losing power, or this is part of the game, for instance, to rob you blind. Like I said, like it was with me a long time ago. As I said, I was told we're going to deport you, we're going to take your citizenship away. So even though I'm citizen for a very long time, and I had children born here, my wife was American citizen. It doesn't matter. But the thing is that um, there are people who want to cross some lines. Honestly, I'll be really honest with you. I don't think Trump himself is aware about everything. He's more organizer, different stuff. But stuff like this guy, who is, there's a group of people that are gonna run those things, and we'll see how it's gonna happen. All right, thank you, and you have a good evening.